process and the next person the process, and just like your deck of cards, you're going to find some aces, but also you're going to find some jokers. Some are going to get it and they're going to stick with it, and others won't, and that is okay. So we cannot control what people do with this business. We cannot control people's success. Please, everyone, write that down. You can't control what other people do with this business. You can't control people's success. But we can have the knowledge of how to help people get set up well and help them on the process for success. Okay, so you've sponsored a new consultant. What do you do next? So either you're sat here thinking, yes, I know exactly what to do, or I kind of know the steps, but it's a little bit fuzzy, or I have no idea, something about a business launch. It doesn't matter where you are right now. The secret to success is being open to learning and taking action. So in this room, we're all part of wonderful success lines, and each nation and multi-nation may have their own way of doing business. I'm going to refer to the system that I follow to start new consultants, and no doubt we all follow a very, very similar system, but I encourage you to know your nation's system and follow it to the letter. Now, simplicity is the key to success. Stick with a simple, successful, duplicable system. You want to be able to turn around to the person next to you and explain the clear steps for getting started, and also how to run the business day to day so that they would get it and be able to pass it on to the next person and the next person with ease. So, the first 14 days in Arbonne, let's go over the bones of what that looks like. So step 1 is new consultant training, which will happen within 48 hours. So you're going to likely have a document or a website or something that your team follow for this, which will cover off the key points to cover with a new consultant, where to access resources and that kind of thing. Step 2 is to meet their top 5 people within 7 days. So the most important thing is to help your new consultant get into activity straight away. You want to have that urgency right from the start to help them to get results. Doing is the best way of learning. The more one-to-ones you're having, the more they're learning how to do this. So spend less time sat chatting about how everything works, how to do a launch, how to do a one-to-one, how to do this and that, and more time doing the activity and running alongside them right from the start. Step 3 is ordering business tools. So on their 8th day in the UK, you want to help the person set themselves up in business with the product tools that they want and need to start their business. And then step 4 is 3 business launches. So 3 or more business launches in the first 14 days is going to help your new consultant get off to a great start. Business launches, it is my belief that that is the best way to get in front of that person's network and help them to really understand exactly what Arbonne has to offer. So that's the first 14 days, or the bones of the first 14 days. After the initial 14 days, I teach people to follow as a minimum standard 3-2-1 each week. So what that stands for is 3 business exposures per week. So that's people coming along to Discover Arbonne or speaking to people one-on-one over a coffee or online. 2 product drops per week, which is letting people try the products at home for 2 to 3 days. And then 1 product event per week, so a product demonstration or showcase for a small or large group of people. So this is an absolute baseline of activity. So anyone going for a promotion or anyone sprinting is obviously going to be doing way, way more than that, and we absolutely want to encourage that. But these are the key areas of activity to outline that everybody needs to be doing. Basically, if we're not doing this, we're not building a business. So you want to be really clear on that core system and getting that duplicated effectively in your team. So I want you all to think right now about your system for helping people get started and your daily or weekly system for success. Are you following all of it, or are you cherry picking the system? You like to tweak the getting started training, you like to do product presentations but not so much business presentations. You don't like to rush people, so most people get launched in their 2nd month. We want to think of this like baking a cake. Leave out 1 ingredient in the recipe, you don't get the same result. You want to use all of the ingredients. In our business, when we cherry pick and we try to do things a different way, everybody else also wants to do things differently. Everyone's then on totally different paths, and it becomes very confusing to people coming into the business as to what they've to actually do. So instead, we want to use a simple system, follow it to the letter, and teach everyone on our teams to do the same. So we've established that we need a clear system that can be easily followed. Now what I want to talk to you about is 7 key messages and conversations that I believe you want to have with your new consultant at the beginning of their journey with Arbonne. So number 1 is affirm their decision to start. I believe that when most people start their business, they're only about 80% there with the decision. People are usually a little unsure when they start, and that is only natural with anything new. Over the years in my business, I've seen many a new consultant register with excited grins and bright eyes, only to find that a week later, they've not returned any of my calls or texts and seem to have gone into Arbonne Witness Protection. Here's what I've come to realise. Most of the time, that person has met me. We chatted over a latte, they were excited, and then with the first hint of worry, they think, well, what does this Lesley Collins know? What if she's wrong about all this? Most people need social proof. They need to see lots of people just like them, knowing that Arbonne is an amazing opportunity. And if they can do it, I can do it too. So encourage your new consultants to get along to Discover Arbonne presentations, car presentations, on Zoom Discover Arbonne calls, watching Adventures in Arbonne videos, and reading Eye on Arbonne stories right from day one in their business. What we want to do is keep the inspiration coming after the person has decided to get started. I remember my first couple of weeks in Arbonne being wrapped in fear of, is this the right decision? But with every success story I read, every time I heard that presentation, my belief and my confidence went up and up. And I love to see that jigsaw piecing together for new consultants, belief building, pennies dropping about how this works, and the realisation of what a huge opportunity this is. Has that happened to anyone this weekend? Yep. It only happens when you plug into calls and, crucially, get along to events. So you want to be a great promoter of events. Tell people how important it is to get to things, how much it's going to help their business to be at every DA, every training, every big event. Your consultants that you encourage to be at events and you get them around others quickly, introduced to uplines and sidelines, are much more likely to get this and to stick with it as well. Number 2, be direct and decisive. People want to follow someone who knows where they're going. If you're casual about things, if you're loose about the system, if you're saying to people, it's your business, like what you do is really up to you, I'm just there to help you, you're going to have a very confused consultant. And we all know that a confused mind says no and will walk away. If there's no track to run on, most people will just sit at the starting block, bewildered. Whether you've been in Arbonne for 7 days or 7 years, you need to be that direct and decisive leader for your new consultant. Be really clear about how this works and watch the language that you use. If you're saying, so you can do this and then we could do that, it's too loose and it suggests that you've just kind of thought of it there and then. I remember in my early days of Arbonne asking people, we could do a wee launch if you want, just whatever you think, it's your business, just what would you like to do to get started? And if you ever find yourself asking a new consultant how they want to get started, stop yourself and remember that you're the one who's helping guide them to learn how to build a successful business. People want and need to be guided by you. So instead, you want to use language like, so this is what we do. This is how it's going to go. This is our system. Here's what we do. That's the person that I want to be with. They know what's going on. I trust them, and I'm going to go with their guidance. So here's the thing. Some of you are maybe sat there right now thinking, I can't speak like that. I don't know all the ins and outs of Arbonne. I've only been in Arbonne for this long. And all the stuff that we tell ourselves, all the excuses that we make in lots of different areas of our lives and in our business that ultimately make us shy away from our true potential. When ENVP Sue Cassidy spoke to us in a busy room in Glasgow 9 years ago, I actually thought she owned Arbonne because of the way she spoke. I later found out she'd only been in the business about 4 weeks. So there's a wee bit of fake it until you make it here. We need to play the part to become the part. Step up to being that leader your team needs you to be, and quickly it will become your normal. Number 3, I think, encourage personal development. I will never forget sitting in a training as a new district manager and the speaker saying, those of you not doing personal development, your leaders know exactly who you are. And I felt like the room went pitch black and someone shone a torch in my face. I now know as a leader that statement is 100% true. Personal development shows. It shows in the way you speak, it shows in the way you deal with issues, it shows in the way you carry yourself, and of course it shows in your results. So be honest and tell your team that their success and business growth will be aligned with the personal development they do. If you can help someone understand the importance of this straight away, you've done an amazing thing, not only for their Arbonne business, but for their life as well. But something to be really careful of with learning and development is that often what we want to do is take everything in our, for example, 2-year Arbonne brain and put it straight in to a new consultant. So we send them every mindset video, every online DA, and tag them in every single post in our region page of every bit of advice that's ever been given in Arbonne. 24 hours into their business, they wake up to 76 Facebook notifications and 43 emails, all from you. And they're now running for the hills, understandably. So I encourage recommending 10 pages a day and 30 minutes of audios per day and showing them where to access those things themselves. So here's where we all need to look in the mirror. Do you do your personal development every day? Are you disciplined? Do you get up 30 minutes earlier each day to read and listen? Because if you don't, you can't expect to instill a growth culture into your team. We cannot hide from the fact that our teams will duplicate what we do, even the stuff that you do or don't do when nobody is watching. It's like magic. You choose to watch the telly instead of picking up your book, you've got a team that does the same. You start practicing the miracle morning, your team will as well. You're always the example. Make sure you're setting the best possible one in front of your team, but crucially, when no one is watching. Number 4, train people to be independent in 30 to 60 days. Our job is to create independent consultants. You want to train people in such a way that if you were to disappear after 30 days, they would be able to carry on building a really successful business without you around. The best way to do this is to have urgency in helping that person to achieve results and get into great activity right from the start of their business. Those first 30 days for your new consultant should be the biggest learning curve. If they're in activity, getting asked questions, helping other people get started, they're going to be extremely well equipped after 30 days. But in contrast, if they haven't done much activity, they'll still have that really steep learning curve to go. This is about us as leaders making it clear that we'll work together closely for 30 to 60 days, and then they'll have learned the ropes and they'll be good to go. When people know that this is how it works, they're going to respect your time and they're going to want to use you as much as possible to learn and to get results right from the start. It's also about people taking responsibility for themselves and their business, and I was the world's worst at instilling this at the start of my journey. I used to say to people, you know, I'll be with you every step of the way, I'm going to come to all of your meetings, I'm going to hold your hand. And what I know now is that I was totally suffocating them. I thought I was doing the right thing, you know, I thought I was helping and supporting them, but I was completely cutting off their responsibility. Instead, we need to say to people, I am going to help you, but I can't do it for you. Your success is up to you, but I'll match your efforts with my support and my guidance. Now you have a consultant who knows that if they want to make it work, it's up to them. Number 5, manage expectations. It's so crucial that we manage expectations. Ask your new consultant, what do you want to be earning in 6 months or a year down the line? And how many hours a week will you commit to building your business to do that? If you've got someone saying that they want $5,000 a month in 4 months' time with a commitment of 5 hours a week, they need to readjust either their goals or their commitment level. Be real with people in terms of what it's going to take for them to achieve their goals. And be honest with people about the things that they need to commit to for success. If you don't make it clear that training is important, we can't be frustrated when people don't turn up. Remember, if you ever lose someone because you're being straight with them about what it takes to be successful, they were going to quit anyway. So always have integrity and be honest about what it takes. People will appreciate it and they will trust you so much for doing that.